What's up, everyone? This is DinoSasha here, and welcome back to another review. And today we're gonna take a look at the figure. It is the CollectA 2012 Utahceratops. Now, Utahceratops, which name means Utah horned face, is a genus of the ceratopsian dinosaur that lives in the late Cretaceous period, about 76.4 to 75.5 million years ago, what is known as North America. Now, the length was only about 5 to 7 meters, 16 to 23 feet long. It was slightly smaller to compare to other ceratopsians, but there's no identified height or weight. Now, the discovery that the genus of Utahceratops was actually named for the Utah horned face. It's derived by the name Mike Jelty, who discovered the holotype and has played pivotal role of the recovery of fossils. Now, consider that the description of Ceratopsian looks more like a Chasmoceratops, or rather a Chasmosaurus. But despite the fact, it might look like a Panthoceratops, but this is considered to be look like. Now, there are classified of members of the Chasmoceratopsid family, and a subfamily known as the Chasmosaurinae, and which is the closest relative to a Panthoceratops, and they are a plant diet. Now, for times... So, let's talk about the sculpt. The sculpt was really nice, though. I really need to be respected to know, but until then, this is a very expected to know about this figure. You know, it's a really classic figure, which is not bad, really designable, but I rather like a Triceratops figure, but not at all, but it's just a really nice looking figure. But I believe it that this Ceratopsid, the Utahceratops, that this sculpt was normal to me. Now, talk about the pose. The pose is a likable, but the pose is just like it's on a defense pose. Well, the details is normal, but I like when its skins were designed. Well, basically a design of a skin which is remarkable. Now, before we do that, let's just talk about the color scheme. It looks beige with brownish colors without that. But never mind, it looks designable, but I'd rather need a dinosaur with a restricted design of it. But, okay, never mind, it looks whitish indeed. And a bit of that, let's talk about the head. It looks rather nice and I'm really concerned, but I think you should know that I'm a bit excited for a new creature. Well, perspective, but, well, basically, the Ceratopsian is a rather nice one, but I think it's ready no for that. About the color scheme, this is a rather unexpected dinosaur to know, but I would rather like other species of Ceratopsid, but if you know it, the accuracy looks the same, like it's before time, but I would rather like the Utahceratops because this is a really remarkable dinosaur figure because it's really... And don't forget to mention its eyebrows are much scaly than before it has on its eyes, and yeah, believe it or not, this is a really nice figure. So, we're gonna bring a ruler, so let's give us a measure. So I brought the ruler, so let's just measure up this figure. So the length was only for the figure from the tip of its horns to the tip of the tail, which is only at about approximately almost in 5 inches, and which is only at about 12 centimeters, and the height, which is the top of the head, we're looking at about almost like 3 inches, and which is only at about approximately 6.5 centimeters. So, for comparison, I'm gonna bring up some non-Triceratops related species. Here are some non-Triceratops species that were closely related to Chasmosaurinae. And here's with the CollectA 2016 Mercury Ceratops. And basically, this Ceratopsian looks nice. Both are related to Chasmosaurinae, and I think this is a descent to what it seems to look like from the Chasmosaurus. For the Mercury, I think I love it. For the Utahceratops, is rather nice. So, for another comparison, here's the Safari LTD 2018 Regaliceratops. It's much larger than a Utah, but slightly nice. It's slightly acceptable. And for the last quick comparison, here's some big boy on the group. and which is related to Utahceratops, is none other than Panthoceratops, the largest figure of all the Triceratops species, or non-Ceratops Triceratops specimen. Now, this Panthoceratops is much larger than Utahceratops because of its both are related species, and because of its kindness, this is very acceptable to know. And basically, I would like this, Panthoceratops in my collection, so I'll make sure about that. And for the rating, and I'll give it a 7 out of 10, which is not, because I don't know if the head towards up is kind of look bad, but I like the color scheme indeed but most reviews think it's a Panthoceratops, but I believe it's a Utahceratops. But mostly, this is a concerned species. Well, it happens from the forest, and because of like the parts of the Koprowitz formation. And believe it or not, I think it's concerned. It's more close relatives to what it seems like other ceratopsids. Yeah, I believe it. This is unacceptable for the Parasaurolophus specimen or other creatures to identify it as. Well, I basically what the Mercury ceratopsids believe it, but I would rather for the ceratopsian conservation. But I rather love it because this is unaccepted for the new dinosaur generations. But I would rather like this figure, but I'm gonna put it here, so this is considered to be a much dissented one. So I'm gonna be returning every non-Triceratops species of the Chasmosaurinae, such as the Regaliceratops, Mercuryceratops, and the big old Panthoceratops. Well, I'll make a space for them, but it seems nice, but it's big enough for all of them. But there you go. Now this is a really good family members, and I believe it. This is considered a very trustable family, and I believe it. This is a really nice of the Chasmosaurinae. But believe it or not, the upcoming review will all be on the last Carnegie figure because I really need for that. Well, anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to hit the like, subscribe, and click the bell for notifications so you'll never miss the video. And leave a comment below, and I hope you see for another review about the Carnegie 2015 Velociraptor. Goodbye, everyone, and I hope you see you all next time.